What is up, everybody? It's Greg Peters with the Car Passion channel here, and today I will be performance testing the Supercharged NB Miata. Now, this is a follow-up to the last performance testing video that I did where I compared the stock engine against the stock engine with a 75 horsepower shot up nitrous, so we'll also be taking a look at those figures. I think the car is going to be faster. Now, you might remember the last set of performance tests I did was actually on Mars, but I got in a little bit of trouble with the Martian police on the way home that day, and they pretty much told me I can't be driving on the red planet anymore. So here we are on one of Jupiter's most beautiful moons, Europa, today. Now, I know someone in the comments is going to be like, Craig, why didn't you just fly from Mars right up to Phobos and do the tests up there where the Martian police don't really hang out? Well, in case you didn't know, the orbital escape velocity of Phobos is only 25 miles per hour. That's a fact. I'm not making that up. So unless you have a 1.6, you're really not going to be doing much performance testing up there without literally going into orbit. Anyways, without further ado, let's get out there and crush some of those old acceleration times. Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Oh, nice. What's up, guys? Here is my 99 Mazda Miata, supercharged, might I add. If you want to know all the details about the supercharger kit, how the dyno day went, and all the intricacies about this build, I have a mega video that I uploaded last time. I'll link that down in the description below, but today's not about the nitty-gritty details, so I'll just give you the bullet points. 99 NB1 Miata, VVT engine swap, Trackdog Racing, Roadtrek centrifugal supercharger kit with a C3094 supercharger, and it makes 250 wheel horsepower on 91 octane at 14 peak pounds of boost. It's also got supporting mods like clutch, fuel system, etc. And it has a 6-speed swap with a 4.3 differential, super short gears, which you're about to see just how short they are when I get to the polls. To do the performance test today, I will be using, you guessed it, my Dragy. This is the DRG70, latest and greatest from Dragy. It is the most cost-effective way to accurately measure the performance of your car, just as accurate as taking your car to the drag strip and getting a time slip. And if you don't believe that, honestly, you probably think the moon is made out of cheese too, so can't really help you with that. But anyways, if you want to pick one of these up, you can check out my affiliate link in the description below. Also save yourself a few bucks. Anyways, enough talking. Let's get the Miata out on the road and do some boosted pulls. The risks I take to get these shots. Okay, first of all, traction. Definitely a bit limited. I don't know if the road conditions might be a little bit different. This definitely has a bit more power than with the nitrous kit, so struggling a bit on those first couple pulls, as you can see, but I'm gonna go out there and give it a couple more tries. It's also extremely hot out here. Not making excuses for why the car is gonna be slow, but I'm just warning you that I'm gonna be sweaty. Anyways, let's go give it some more shots. Sure what my time was like, but felt pretty good. The launch is kind of interesting because the engine doesn't make a lot of torque in the low RPM, so if you launch it a little bit lower RPM, it feels like it really wants to bog. So you give it a little more throttle to get the RPM up a little bit, but as the RPM climbs, so does the boost. So when you lay into the throttle, the power builds progressively and it just wants to spin really quick. So trying to find that balance of getting a little bit of wheel spin off the line and then being able to lay into it and have it hook up in first. That's what's going to get that good ET, good 60 mile an hour. I'm going to give it one more shot before the freaking European police end up out here. You really don't want to mess with them. That was not good. them and give it a rest. Now, before we go any further in the video, I'd like to take just a quick second to shout out all my patrons. Thank you guys so much for the support. You all are listed on screen right now. If you would like to support the Car Passion channel and more videos like these, you can find the link on how to do so down in the description below. So the pulls looked and sounded great, but was the performance actually any better? Let's jump into Dragy and check out that information, starting with the 0 to 60 mile per hour test. So bone stock at just 125 wheel horsepower, the Miata managed a 7.38 second 0 to 60 time, with the 75 horsepower shot of Nitrous making a total of 190 wheel horsepower. The Miata managed a much quicker 5.77 seconds. But supercharged at 250 wheel horsepower, we're looking at a 5.14 second 0 to 60, and if you look at the 0 to 60 with rollout the way that any online or magazine publication would, it's actually 4.87 seconds. And that again is a 2-shift 60, so if the car were to get re-geared and be able to do 60 miles per hour in second gear, I think that could get even quicker. So we're looking at a high 4 to low 5 0 to 60, pretty respectable for a internally stock engined Miata. So let's look at those 8th mile ETs. Bone stock, the car ran 10.01 seconds to the 8th. With the Nitrous kit, 9.03, about a full second improvement. And with the supercharger setup, a blazing 8.58 seconds to the 8th. And if you look at the acceleration line closely, you can see I freaking lifted early because I forgot how fast you have to go to complete the 8th mile. So maybe it would have even been in the 840s if I just would have stayed in it. But what I'm even more concerned with is the trap speed. Now, as I've been over before, the trap speed on a time slip is a better indicator of how fast the car is kind of all the time, around town, on the freeway, in a roll race maybe. And if you look at two time slips from two cars, say one does 80 miles per hour in the 8th, one does 90 miles per hour in the 8th, you line those cars up in a roll race, the 90 mile per hour car is gonna win every time. Now, if you just look at ETs, that has so much to do with launch, it doesn't really tell you as much about how fast the car accelerates, if that makes sense. Talking about quarter mile times, if you take a 10-second car and a 12-second car and you roll race them, it would be no surprise to me if the 12-second car actually won that race, because maybe it traps a higher mile per hour, but it's just traction limited off the line. So anyways, I digress. The trap speed for the stock setup was 69.01 miles per hour. With the Nitrous setup, a blazing 79.58 miles per hour, over 10 miles per hour improvement on that trap speed, showing you just how much horsepower that kit added. But the Roadtrex once again beats them all out with 84.16 miles per hour, almost another 5 mile per hour gain. And I took that trap speed from a different pass, not the one where I accidentally lifted. So obviously that makes sense. More horsepower equals more faster. But there's one more question that has to be answered, and that is, where does this power level put me in Mustang land? And through my research, I've seen that the 2015 Mustang GTs bone stock will do about 87 to 88 miles per hour in the 8th. So I still kind of got to watch out for those things if I'm in the green Miata or a crowd. Anyways, I hope you guys learned something. I hope you loved those boosted pulls. I obviously had a blast out there doing them, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.